Have you ever walked into a professional environment and realized that your image wasn't communicating the same level of experience you possess? I've noticed that many of us men who have crossed the 40-year threshold keep true saboteurs of our image in our wardrobes. The most concerning part? We often don't recognize these villains, even when they harm our opportunities. Today I'm sharing the 7 biggest villains hiding in men's wardrobes after 40 and how to replace them with alternatives that truly communicate your experience. And the 6th item, it's particularly revealing because it's where many executives fail without realizing it. If you eliminate just 3 of these villains, you'll notice an immediate difference in how people respond to your presence. Villain 1. Promotional t-shirts and juvenile prints. Let's start with an item that almost all of us accumulate. Promotional t-shirts from events, or with prints that might have made sense at 25. The problem isn't having one to wear at home, but depending on them as a central part of your casual wardrobe. When we present ourselves with promotional t-shirts or juvenile prints, we diminish our presence and authority. It's like voluntarily giving up the advantage that our age and experience give us. The solution is simple. Gradually replace these pieces with quality t-shirts in solid, neutral colors: navy blue, gray, white. Prefer Pima or Supima cotton, which maintains its shape after multiple washes. The cut should be contemporary, but not too tight. It should follow the contours of the body without highlighting problem areas. I had this revelation myself when, during a business trip, I realized that all the t-shirts I had brought had logos that communicated nothing about the professional I had become. If you're recognizing value in these observations, subscribe to the channel for more insights based on real experience. Villain 2. Poorly fitted or excessively processed. Jeans more critical than t-shirts are the jeans we choose. Many of us are stuck in 2 extremes: extremely loose jeans that make us look careless, or models with excessive tears and discolorations that belong in younger men's wardrobes. When we opt for inappropriate jeans, we create an uncomfortable contrast between our maturity and the style we project. It's like using vocabulary that doesn't match your professional experience. It simply doesn't sound authentic. Invest in 2 to 3 pairs of quality jeans in dark or medium washes, with little or no artificial processing. Prefer straight or slightly tapered cuts that offer comfort without looking outdated. Make sure the length is appropriate, neither dragging on the floor nor showing too much sock when seated. I remember when a younger colleague asked if I had inherited my jeans from my father due to the extremely wide cut. That comment was the push I needed to update this fundamental part of my wardrobe. Are these tips I'm sharing in this video useful to you? Show your support with a like. Your interaction allows this content to reach other amazing people like you. Villain 3. Dress shirts with inadequate fit. Dress shirts are possibly the most important pieces in a professional wardrobe, and yet, this is where many of us consistently make mistakes. The problem usually lies in the fit. They're either excessively wide, creating that inflated sail effect on the back, or so tight that the buttons seem about to pop. When we wear shirts with inadequate fit, no matter the quality of the fabric or the price, the overall impression will be of sloppiness or someone who doesn't understand the basic rules of personal presentation. Find a brand whose regular cut works well for your current body type, and be consistent with it. Prioritize versatile colors like white, light blue, and subtle stripes. If necessary, consider tailoring. It's a small investment that completely transforms the fit. A shirt should allow you to comfortably insert 2 fingers between the collar and your neck. I learned this when, after an important presentation, I saw photos from the event and noticed how my excessively loose shirt compromised my entire image. And, have you identified problems with the fit of your dress shirts? Share your experience in the comments. Villain 4. Worn out or stylistically dated shoes. One of the most treacherous villains, worn out or dated shoes. It's impressive how many men invest in quality suits but completely neglect what's on their feet, either keeping outdated models or wearing visibly worn shoes. When we present shoes in precarious conditions or with outdated design, like those with square and elongated toes from the 2000s, we send a conflicting message. We want to be taken seriously, but we don't pay attention to fundamental details. Invest in 2-3 pairs of classic, good quality shoes: black Oxford, a brown Derby, and perhaps a versatile loafer. Prefer timeless designs with moderately rounded toes. Establish a maintenance routine with the use of cedar shoe trees, regular polishing, and preventive repairs. I had an important lesson when, during an executive position interview, I noticed the evaluator repeatedly looking at my worn shoes. No matter how well I did with my answers, that detail undermined my credibility. If you're seeing the value in these observations, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Villain 5. Excess of accessories or flashy pieces. A particularly treacherous villain. Excess accessories or overly flashy pieces. It's tempting to think that more is always better, or that flashy items communicate confidence, but the truth is exactly the opposite for mature men. When we overload our image with multiple rings, bracelets, necklaces, or opt for pieces with excessive prints and large logos, we create an impression of insecurity. As if we were trying to compensate for something. Adopt strategic minimalism. Limit yourself to a few quality accessories. A good watch, a wedding ring if married, perhaps a discreet bracelet. Prefer pieces in solid colors or classic patterns like subtle stripes or traditional plaid. After 40, elegance is in subtraction, not addition. I realized this when, in an important meeting, I noticed that I couldn't concentrate because I was constantly adjusting my multiple accessories. By simplifying, I not only improved my image, but eliminated a source of distraction. Which accessory or flashy piece do you find most difficult to abandon? Share in the comments. Villain 6. Suits and blazers with outdated proportions. We arrive at the 6th villain, which silently compromises the image of many successful professionals. Suits and blazers with outdated proportions. This is particularly treacherous because many men invest in expensive pieces but don't realize when the proportions become dated. The problem occurs when we continue wearing suits and blazers with excessively structured shoulders, very long length, or disproportionate lapels. No matter the quality of the fabric, dated proportions communicate that you're stuck in time. Solution isn't necessarily to discard all your pieces, but to critically evaluate the proportions and seek a good tailor for modernization. 4. New acquisitions. Look for natural shoulders, length that covers just the hip, and medium-width lapels. The waist should be slightly fitted, even for larger men. I had this revelation when watching a video of a lecture I gave years ago where my suit had proportions that made me look like a character from the 80s. Villain 7. Monotonous or excessively flashy color. Palette. Finally, the 7th villain, the inadequate color palette. We see two extremes: men who limit themselves exclusively to dark colors, black, dark gray, and navy blue for everything, and those who try to compensate for age with excessively vibrant colors. When we limit our palette, we can appear rigid or uncreative. On the other hand, extremely flashy colors after 40 often seem like a desperate attempt to appear youthful. Develop a personal palette based on neutral colors, navy blue, gray, beige, dark green, as a base, complemented by more vibrant tones in smaller pieces or accessories. Also consider your skin tone and hair color. Some colors will naturally favor you more. I learned this when, after years of wearing almost exclusively navy blue and gray, I decided to add olive green, burgundy, and lighter blue to my wardrobe. The feedback was immediate, with people noting that I looked more accessible and more energetic without sacrificing authority. Recapping, the 7 biggest villains in a man's wardrobe after 40 are promotional t-shirts and juvenile prints. Poorly fitted jeans, dress shirts with inadequate fit, worn out or dated shoes, excess accessories, suits with outdated proportions, and an inadequate color palette. Eliminating these villains doesn't require an extraordinary budget. It requires awareness and strategic decisions. At 40 plus, your wardrobe should communicate experience and attention to detail, not an attempt to look younger. If this content was useful, leave your like and subscribe to the channel. Next week, I'll share the 5 essential pieces that every man over 40 should have in his wardrobe. Which of these villains have you identified in your wardrobe and plan to eliminate first? Share your experience in the comments.